Hello, friends. So, the previous lecture we have discussed about computer network topology. Even we have discussed about computer network devices and devices related different services. Okay, so, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about computer network transmission media. What are the transmission media? What are the media which can use, which is used to communicate or to transmit the information, sending and receiving the information? That we will discuss in this lecture. Okay, so, friends, let's
Media can be
let's
wired.
let's begin the computer networks media types. Wired. Listen, friends. See here you can see the images. There are different types of media: wired media or wireless media. Here we'll discuss about different types of computer network media types. First, there will be a wired media or cable types, computer network wired media or computer network cable types. One is a copper cable. In that copper cable, there will be another two subpart: coaxial cables or twisted pair cable. The twisted pair cable, there will be shielded or unshielded cables, which is known as a STP or UTP. Coaxial cables, what is that? Twisted pair cable, what is that also? That we'll discuss in this section. Then we are also going to discuss about fiber optic cables. What is fiber optic cable? What is the use of it? And different mode of fiber optic cable, single mode or multi mode. That we are also going to discuss in this session. And last one, which is in the list, that is wireless media. Okay, so let's begin with the coaxial cable. First option, coaxial cable is most probably used everywhere in the communication or transmission or sending receiving data. It is a high capacity cable. It is made up of copper based conductors used for video transfers. There are two types of coaxial cables: thick coaxial cable, which is also known as thick net, and another one is thin coaxial cable, which is known as thin net. Thick coaxial cable is having half inch of diameter, and 10 is a base of 5. It means there are different layers in that, and that is known as base. Okay, here you can see different layers: one, two, three, four. That way different types of layers is there. Okay, and thin coaxial cable is, sorry, today the health is not good, so you're getting different way my voice. A thin coaxial cable is 1.4 inch of part, and in that we are going to discuss about diameter, and that is 10 base, 10 of base. Another one is use bnc connector. It is used with the bnc connectors. These are the coaxial cables information. Shielded twisted pair stp or cables, shielded twisted pair, which is known as stp cables. And here you can see network connector, which is known as rj45 connector. It is protected. These cables are protected with different shields, hard to install, and it is done connection is done based on rj45 connector. It having different color based connections, like here you can see a green cable, red cable, blue cable, yellow cables. With that, a pair of cables. Okay, so here also in the image you can see, and this is a crimper tool, network connection crimper tool. Okay, so, friends, here you can learn about STP cables, which is known as shielded twisted paired STP cables. It is high configuration based cables, and where we can get information related to this wherever common network, local network is there. Another part is unshielded twisted pair, which is known as a UTP cables. Here you can see UTP cable connections: brown, white, blue, white, orange, white, green, white. That way a pair is there. Most commonly used type is, it is very easy to install because Color code is already given. That's why it is very easy to given. It is less expensive. Electromagnetic interference is there in this cable connection. It means when the connection is connected, then when it start working, it provides electromagnetic interference in that. Okay, so friends, I think now you understand, and in that also RJ45 connector we can use here also in the UTP and STP both, and this is a crimper tool to connect or plugged in. UTP cables category. There are two types of UTP cable category. One is a small base mixing or twisting pairs, and another is a uh, high density base twisting cables inside the protection or shielded sections. So this will be the A category, this will be the B category. Here B category is much better than the A category because it provides faster communication, and also it provides a best output. Okay, so let's see another section of the cables. See, here we can see UTP cables different category. In the category 1, we can use in telephone section only. It means voice only we can talk. Means telephone wire is there, that we can, that is known as UTP cable, unshielded uh, pair. Category 5, we can transfer data up to 100 Mbps, which is fast Ethernet. Category 5E, Category 5E, in that we can transfer data up to 1 Gbps speed. And category 6, we can transfer data 1 to 10 Gbps based on Ethernet or Giga Ethernet. Here, these are the total 4 categories in UTP cable, unshielded cables. Okay, so let's see another one. These are the table to use UTP cables and standards. Now, standards related to UTP cables. That is, see, here it is a color code. As I show you, color code: brown, then brown white, orange, then white orange, blue, then white orange, green, then white green. That way, the color code is there. On the color code base, it is working. Okay, see here you can see the pin labels and pin label that way. TX 1, then TX plus, TX minus 2, then TX minus, RX plus, then RX plus here, and RX minus, then RX minus here. That way the connection is going on. So it is called a color code based communication is going on. In that this much section, the data transferring and receiving is going on. Remaining all the cables are keep it as it is. Okay, now fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable is very much faster in transferring data and receiving data. It is faster than twisted pair and coaxial cables. Send data as light pulses over glass mediums. Free to electromagnetic interference. It is very much expensive and hard to install. It is used in submarines connections, and this fiber optic cable is more secure than any other cable, whether it is a twisted pair cable or coaxial cable. It is more secure. It is very much hard to install because most probably it is used under the C sections to transferring internet connection from one country to another country, and also it is used in the submarines to connect the wires and use for the country's security. These are the fiber optic cables, different layers. Here this is a main core. This is a cladding core, and here it is a coating core. And you can see a strength member. You can see outer jacket. Core carries the signals. Core made of plastics or glass. Cladding maintaining the signal in the center of the core as the cable bands. Sheathing protect the cladding and the core. Sheathing means this part is protecting main section. It is protecting main section, main part of the cable. Okay, these are the basic information about fiber optic cable. Now, fiber optic cables different modes. There are two types of modes: single mode and multi mode. In the single mode, transfer data through a core using a single light ray. It's only one way it is there. There is no another way. But when we use multi sections in the multi mode, it pass through multiple light rays, multiple light. The core diameter is around 9 microns. Support a large amount of data. Cable strength can be extended a great distance, whether the distance is near or far. Okay, in multi-mode, it transfers data through multiple light rays. And here we can see the core diameter is around 50 microns. And on that base, we can say that fiber optic cable is much better than the coaxial or twisted pair cables. What is the advantage? Total immune of to the EMI. It means uh, electromagnetic interference is based on that. Highly resistance to eavesdroppings. Support extremely high data transfer rate. Allow greater cable distances without repeater. And what is the disadvantage? First and most disadvantage is it's very expensive and difficult to work with it. That's why here fiber optic cable we can use. And last one is wireless media or air. There are different types of wireless medias, which is also known as a Wi-Fi wireless fidelity. Uses frequencies 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz, and it having different standards: A standard, B standard, G standard, and N standard. It having access point connecting devices. We have already discussed about access point in the last section. Okay, so here in the wireless media we can use access point. Mobility, we can carry anywhere else or phone, and we can connect it with any of the wireless devices, which is allow us to connect with the internet. It is flexible. It having different range: 100 meters, 200 meters, 250 meters of range. And this device is very much less secure. It's less secure. Anyone can access and work on it. Okay, so these are the different network connections. Now in the next session we'll discuss about 7 layers of a computer network.